Okay, hi, this is Linda with BloomBakeCreate.com, and we're going to do a lesson, and this is another one of my back to basics. It's using fabric as a stencil, which is kind of interesting. I had several people on my blog ask me what I was talking about as far as what kind of fabric. So I've got several pieces here for you. And these are all shirts I got at the thrift stores. These are the shirts that are kind of see-through, like usually you'd wear a slip or a camisole under them. But this is one of this beautiful fern, and it makes a really great stencil, and I'll show you that following this. And here's another fern that I found. This one's a lot thinner. The fabric in between the image is really thinner. Then also I have this one here, which is another one, and you've seen this is the front placket of the shirt that I just cut. I cut it in different pieces so that I can use it. And then I saw this piece, and this is velvet, and this is an absolutely beautiful piece, and I think would make a great stencil. Hopefully you can see that, but I'm not really sure I want to use it as a stencil. I'm thinking I'm going to wear it. So anyway, but that just kind of shows you what we're going to work with today. And it's really easy, it's fun, and it just gives you another way of using stencils or using fabric, or having something else to play with. So I'll be back with you shortly. Okay, we are going to use these fabric stencils. First of all, we're going to use them on tags. I always like to try things on paper. Usually do work on fabric mostly, but I like to check everything before I take it to fabric. So what we're doing is we're using watercolor. We're using Blick's liquid watercolor, and I'm doing it straight from the bottle, so I'm not watering it down. So on this one we're going to use violet, and then on top of it we're going to use yellow, and on the other one it'll be turquoise with orange on top of it. And let me go ahead and start spraying, and hopefully these spray work. Oh, there we go. I want to check how it looks. Looks pretty good. You can do it as dark as you want. I'm going to set aside and do this one. And sometimes I tape it down, sometimes I don't. On fabric I usually don't, but on paper I do. But I thought I'd just try it without, just kind of throw caution to the wind today. Now sometimes the spray bottles, they don't give you a good spray, so I think that'll work. Okay. So we've got these. I'll take these off and reveal the design. So you see the design on that. And what I'll do is I'll wash these and I'll use them again. Now I want to dry these a little bit with my heat gun. But one thing I can do is kind of blot some of this heavy stuff. If there's some heavy ones, I like to go ahead and blot that. Same way with that. This other one's got some that I just kind of like to take off that, so I don't have to use the heat gun too long. Do it very long. It doesn't necessarily need to be completely dry. So now, one of the things about this technique of using these fabric stencils, I've found that it's better to use the dark color first and then spray over with the light. So we're going to spray over with the yellow and over the purple. And you can go as dark as you want. I think that looks good. And as oops, I think I went crazy there. The darker you get, the more it brings out the leaf, and And again, if you want, you could blot, but I need to blot with something clean. Something like this. And what has happened too, sometimes if you you may take away some of the, even though it's dry or almost dry, you're going to take away some of the design. So you might have a lighter hand than I had on that one. Now I'm going to put orange on this turquoise. I want to see how it's doing good. And I'm getting a lot of splotches, but that's okay. But you'll see how dark the background gets. And again, I can take my trusty towel here and blot it. If you like that design of having the blotchiness, leave it. That's, you know, that'll work too. Or you can put a little bit darker on it. And then what we'll do is we'll let these dry, or we could blow dry them, and I'll show you the results shortly. But I have one more thing I want to show you. Now we're going to take 2 cards that I have sprayed with watercolor. And I just kind of sprayed with them just so we could see what it looks like when there's a background already on the cards. And I'm using these colors just because I have them right on hand, but you could use any colors you'd like. But remember, it really does better when the background is dark and the last one you do is lighter. So I'm going to place these fabrics on top of the cards like I did before. And it's not sitting down very nice. There we go. That'll work, I think. It's upside down. I think I want it that way. And then I'm going to start spraying. I took my gloves off. That's okay. Okay, so now I'm going to spray on the card. It's hard for me to see where the card is. See where the card is. It's kind of so dark. Okay, and I'll spray this. Ooh, I'll also spray that one with orange. Let's go with orange here. I think I'm going to take a peek. Oh, yep. Okay, there's that one. And now that one didn't show up very good. And maybe because of this fabric is a little heavier, so you don't see it as well. But that kind of shows you the difference. Again, this is a very, very light, delicate fabric, whereas this is a little bit heavier. And the fern leaves are thicker, so you're not getting that much spray through there. So anyway, I think this one turned out much better. But anyway, it shows you that you can do it with a background that you already have, or that you already put on there. Now there's other things to do with this. You can do fabric. With fabric, I use Dynaflow. And Dynaflow looks like this. If you're not familiar with it, use it on fabric, and it's liquid like watercolor, but it's a dye, or it's a paint dye. And I would thin it down 3 waters to 1 dye. And I'll show you some pieces from that shortly. All I have to do now is either let it dry, or I can blow dry it if I want to, or with my heat gun. And then we're all set. Okay, now to see what we did. These are the ones that we did. A couple of them I did off camera, but just to kind of show you that we sprayed and then we oversprayed. And we've got some kind of neat patterns, and they make really neat things for your art journal or whatever, even be neat for cards. But what I liked more than anything, because these were originally white backgrounds that we sprayed twice. We sprayed on the fabric and then we took the fabric off and we sprayed again. But the ones I really like best are these. This was the one that didn't do real well, and then off camera I sprayed it one more time with orange instead of the yellow, and it just turned out really nice. Then this is the one that I did on camera. And, oh no, it's this one I did on camera. Sorry about that. Yeah, I did this one on camera. And then these were a couple off camera that I did. Just to kind of show you that this was, I colored the background, like with this had orange and brown, and this had turquoise and violet, and then I sprayed black and black over these, and they just turned out really pretty. And this is using watercolors, and again, liquid watercolors. So, but I wanted to share with you too that you can also do this on fabric. And as I said, you use Dynaflow. And one of the pieces I did was this. And one of the things I'm having trouble with is these splotches. And sometimes they're okay and they kind of look neat. Like with this piece, I don't mind the splotches because I think it gives it character. But it has something to do with, you know, I'm having problems with my sprayers. So I need to find a different spray bottles. And then this one. And then this one here. So they're just, this is used with Dynaflow, as I said, with fabric. So it's really a neat technique. Just go to your thrift stores and pick up those shirts and cut them up and have a lot of fun. Thanks for watching my video, and if you have any questions, please feel free to visit me at bloombakecreate.com or put a comment below. Thank you.